Be bold enough to not allow anyone to overstep your boundaries and embrace the awkwardness of having to tell them where to stop and what not to do, just establishing boundaries. Because at the end of the day, if you don't teach people how to treat you, they will never know how to treat you. God works in such a funny way. You will want certain things so much and then He will deny you those things. Sticking to your goals comes with a lot of doubt, a lot of questioning yourself, a lot of imposter syndrome. Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode on my channel called Wine Down Fridays, where we're gonna have wine and have some adult chat, speak about certain things that we are going through as young adults and just share certain things that I have learned. So today's wine is the Robertson Winery Chapeau Sweet White Wine. Grab yourself something to drink before watching. Let's just sit down, relax, because this is going to be quite a fruitful, and I feel like it's going to be something that one will need to hear. I have these things written in my book because I honestly want to articulate myself very well and I don't want to miss anything. Let's get to it. So I've learned that you do not need to tell your friends everything. Keep private things private. If there is a need for you to tell your friends certain things, then so be it, you can tell them. But I just feel like there's no need for you to try and tell your friends every single thing just because you want to maintain a friendship, or just because you feel like you owe them certain information about your life. And I just feel like at this particular age where we are at, we are so caught up with just achieving certain things and making or creating a certain lifestyle for ourselves that you get so busy that you don't have time to always be on the phone with your friends and stuff like that. Well, that's for me, honestly. So certain things will happen without you having communication with them at that particular point in time. There's absolutely no need for you to go back and say, friend, this is what's happening, this is what's happened, this is what's happening. If you feel like, yes, you need to tell them, that's fine. But I'm just talking to the people that feel like you have to report everything, you have to tell your friends everything, because if you don't, then you're not a friend, or you feel guilty of the fact that maybe you're not a friend enough to not share certain aspects of your life. It's really okay to keep certain things private. I'm one person, I'm very private, and I believe that as friends we should have boundaries. You should never ever feel obliged to tell me something that you're not comfortable in. For example, let's say you get an apartment or you graduate, and in that point in time you don't feel comfortable enough to tell me for whatever reason, or you just want to enjoy the moment by yourself and you decide to tell me in a couple of months. By all means, that is okay with me. I'm not going to be mad at the fact that maybe you're pregnant and you didn't tell me. Now I feel like you're a fake friend or whatever. I feel like as people we need to respect each other's boundaries, and we need to know our place in people's lives. I mean, yes, you could be my best friend, you could be my closest friend, but there should also be boundaries. There should be certain things that you respect your friend for not telling you when they need to tell you, or just not telling you at all. So it's honestly not personal. And then another point is that never ever subject yourself to anything because you want to make others happy. Be it sticking to a course you don't like, following a certain career path you have little to no interest in, or making certain decisions to suit your family. Life is unpredictable, and fortunately or unfortunately, they have had their lives to make their own decisions. Now is the time for you to take full control of your life without allowing anyone to dictate your life and how you want to lead your life. At the end of the day, you will be the one to live that life, and you'll be the one to bring your kids into that life. So whatever decision that you make, do not base it on anyone else's expectation or experience, because at the end of the day, there is no right way of doing things. Everyone is just doing what they think is best for them. So do not let anyone project their lifestyle or their values or whatever that they think is right in their life onto you. If you don't believe in certain things, you don't believe in certain things. And I feel like the people that you should keep around are people that are going to understand that you have your own life, you have your own values and whatever, you know. Especially this is in reference to family. It can be a bit difficult for elders in the family who have guided you throughout, and you've taken their advice as is because you were a child and you didn't have your own autonomy. So it's important to know that your life is your life and you will do whatever that suits you with your life, obviously not to your own detriment. But yeah, it's important to make sure that people understand that you will make whatever decision that will suit however you want to live, and they need to respect that. Thirdly, similar to the point that I've just raised, is boundaries. I said with family here, when you grow up and you become an adult, there are certain behaviors that you start to become aware of from your family members that you wouldn't have noticed when you were younger. So it's very similar to the point that I just said. Be bold enough to not allow anyone to overstep your boundaries, and embrace the awkwardness of having to tell them where to stop and what not to do, you know, just establishing boundaries. Because at the end of the day, if you don't teach people how to treat you, they will never know how to treat you. You will always notice, or rather you will always receive bad behavior from them or bad treatment from them, because they don't know your boundaries and they think they can do whatever they want in your life. My wig is lifting because it's extremely hot. Fourth point is committing to what you said you will do. Now, this is something that I also struggle with. I'm still trying to wrap my head around committing to certain things that I want to do and executing them, because there's certain aspects of my life where I lack with that regard. So I'm really trying. I think when someone said when you're 25 your frontal lobe is fully developed, I think you get to a point where you seek balance in all aspects of your life. You get to a point whereby you just want to perfect many areas of your life: your health, keeping healthy, maintaining a good relationship with God, and excelling in whatever that you want to pursue in terms of your career and your relationships with friends and family. It's a stage whereby as a young adult you honestly seek balance, you honestly seek control of all aspects of your life. So with that being said, I am at a point whereby I'm making a conscious decision to have a relationship with God, to read my Bible. And I actually have this Bible app that really helps me to make a plan. For example, if right now I'm reading, basically the title is about being content in waiting for God, you know, being content in waiting for God to speak to you, to act on certain things and to do certain things for you. So yeah, but it is very important to stick to the plans that we make for ourselves and to make sure that we execute them. And if it's something that needs you to consistently go back and execute, it's important to stick to that, because at the end of the day, I believe that my 20s are for me to build a foundation. My 20s are for me to make sure that when I'm 30, I know what I want to do, and it's already making me the version of myself that I want to be in future. And there's actually a quote by Gorgeous and Bali that she posted on Instagram, and it reads, that little voice that tells you that you can't be what you want to be, that you will never achieve the things you know deep down you can, is the devil stopping you before you even start, because he knows you are about to find out how good it can get with God alone. So this ties in with the point that I've just raised, that sticking to your goals comes with a lot of doubt, a lot of questioning yourself, a lot of imposter syndrome. So I honestly have gotten to a point whereby when I'm committed to something and I get to a point whereby I lose motivation, I start doubting myself and asking myself, is this gonna become a thing? I remember this particular quote that she wrote, that it's honestly the devil stopping you from becoming the greatest version of yourself, because things will actually work out. You just need to believe in God and maintain consistency in your life. Okay, I think we are almost gonna be done. Another one is that comparison is really a thief of joy. When we are young adults, we tend to be in different phases of our lives, yet at more or less the same age with our peers. One person is married, one has 2 kids, one has just graduated, one is only figuring out their lives, one just got a job, one just bought a car. It's really a very confusing stage whereby you don't know at this age what should happen. Like, I feel like as people we get so fixated at the fact that at certain ages we should achieve certain things, of which is not true. I personally feel like we are running different races, and it's important to run it at your own speed, or rather to run it at your own pace. And because I feel like we are in different life journeys, we will achieve certain things at different times of our lives. So it's important to not compare yourself to other people. But I mean, we are human after all. There are going to be days whereby you compare yourself, but as soon as you do that, because it's inevitable to avoid that, do remind yourself that we are running different races and we have different purposes in this life. So yeah, I also said that give yourself time to figure things out. Like I said, that I believe that my 20s are for me to establish my foundation and to figure out what I want to do, and the life that I want to build for myself and my kids. So there's honestly no need for you to put yourself under detrimental, unnecessary pressure. So yeah, I'm doing my best, and I am content for the first time ever. I am content with where I am at. I'm content with whatever's happening in my life. Obviously, there's certain times where I feel like, I should be having this, I should be doing this. But I look back and I think, God has blessed me so much for me to actually be complaining. He's done so much for me. I'm living within many of my answered prayers. So comparison is really a thief of joy. The last one is that over time I like the fact that these points more or less tie in with each other. Over time, you get used to the things you've longed for. Then you start seeking for more, thinking it would bring fulfillment, but it's only short-lived and you always want more afterwards. That's because you can only seek fulfillment through God. If you invite God from the onset on things you wish to achieve, you will have a grateful heart and seek for more through Him, and not out of desperation. You become so content with what He has blessed you with, but when you do seek for more, you believe He will take full control and bless you with the best version of whatever you are seeking. So to clarify more on this is that, it's normal for us human beings to want more. You want a certain car, and then after you get that car, you want a different car, you want a better car and all of that. And that's good because as humans we need to evolve and grow and see a difference in our lives. But the most important thing is that even with that, it's important to express gratitude with the things that you have, because like I said, you are living within your answered prayer. You are living in a moment whereby it was once a dream for you to be able to be where you are. So, and sometimes God works in such a funny way. You will want certain things so much, and then He will deny you those things. He will deny you those things, and you will question yourself, but am I not worthy of getting those things? Why are other people getting them so easily? But then you forget that we have different timelines to certain things. We will achieve certain things at different times, and our journeys are not the same. We are here coexisting with each other, but we are on different races. And you also need to believe in the theory of waiting for God, waiting on God, and believing that whatever that He will bring you after is going to be way better than what you asked for. And it's always the case. That's how He works. You will want something so bad. You will want a certain job, and then you want it so bad, and then when you don't get it, then you get back in your hole and you feel like God doesn't hear you. He just doesn't care about you, and he hears other people's prayers. But it's honestly important to understand that he will bless you with even better. He will do so much more for you, and it will make so much sense why you didn't get the things that you initially wanted. But yeah, it's very tricky navigating life as a young adult, and I honestly just want us to give ourselves grace and to understand that everything will work out, everything will make sense, everything will be fine. For me, honestly, the most important thing is grounding, and I ground myself by praying, by communicating to God, and trying to improve my relationship with him, and through that I find so much peace. So if you believe in God, I would urge you to be very active in your relationship with him, and all things will honestly work out. We will definitely reach our dreams, and we'll be fine. Literally, we will definitely be fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. What do I call it? I hope you enjoyed this episode of Wind Down Fridays. It's currently Friday. I'm gonna upload this now. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.